Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sarma Kevala Bhakati Sarma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bando Mui Savadhana Mate Bando Mui Savadhana Mate Jahara Prasare Bhae Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoyte Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoyte Guru Mukha Parma Vakya Chitet Koriya Aikya Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Jai Prasare Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasare Pure Sarva Asha Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se Chakudan dilo je janme janme Prabhu se Divya Gyan Hare Prakasito Divya Gyan Hare Prakasito Prema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Avirya Vinasa Jate Prema bhakti jaha hoite avidya vinasa jate Vere gai jahara charita Vere gai jahara charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Loke Rajivana Srila Prabhupada Loke Rajivana Prabhu Karo Daya Deho More Padachaya Prabhu Karo Daya Deho More Padachaya Prabhu Karo Jaya Deho More Padachaya Prabhu Karo Jaya Deho More Padachaya Devi Jasku Juktri Bhuvana Devi Jasku Juktri Bhuvana Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Loke Rajivana Srila Prabhupada Loke Rajivana Prabhu Karo Daya Deho More Padachaya 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 Devi Jasku Chukti Bhuvana Tua Parivainu Charana Srila Prabhupada Pasita Pavana Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radha. Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Radha. Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotar Siddha Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotar Siddha Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kundgiri Govardhan Ki. Shri Navadri Dham Ki. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Ganga Devi Ki. Shri Yamuna Devi Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Tulasi Maharani Ki. Shri Shri Radha Sham Sundar Ki. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki. Shri Shri Lakshmi Shingri Palar Maharaj Ki. Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. This is the last Tuesday of the summer that we're going to see you guys in here. That's too bad. I love when you come in here for Tuesdays. But we'll see you again in August. So everyone have a safe summer, a safe time, and a good time. Please bless all the children that they have a safe summer. Okay, Haribol. Prabhupada tells a story. Prabhupada was once speaking to his disciples about bogus yogis. He named 4 prominent Mayavadi gurus and noted that each one of them was a Bengali. He said that they had ruined the whole world with their philosophy, but that there was another Bengali who would destroy them. The devotees began to laugh, and Prabhupada told a story. An axe was talking to a tree. "I will cut you down," said the tree. "No, you cannot do that," said the tree. "I think it meant I will cut you down," said the axe. "No, you cannot do that," said the tree. "But I am very sharp," the axe answered. "You cannot do anything unless I first give you one of my branches for a handle," the tree said. Then Prabhupada began to laugh. He asked his disciples if they understood, but no one did. So Prabhupada gave an explanation. He said that although they were very intelligent American boys and girls, they could not cut down the Bengalis. He said that only if another Bengali helped them could they defeat the rascal Bengalis. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There's more. We'll do another one another day. Okay. Let's see. Bibatsu Prabhu is in the VA hospital. If you would like to give him some association, he's in room 347. You can bring him some milk sweets. If you have noticed in your house or your car that there are some of the plastic pictures from the temple, somehow they got into your car or your home, you could please bring them back. We're missing them very badly. I got nothing else. Anything? Jaiva Dharma tonight, 7 o'clock in the temple room. Friday is Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. There'll be a full night program. I'll put the schedule up on the bulletin board later today. If anyone would like to attend, you are very welcome. Just following the Friday night bhajans, then they'll start the program for Pandava Nirjala Ekadasi. Keshiva Prabhu is giving class today.
Hare Krishna. Good morning, everybody. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Bhajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Bhajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaur Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sata Shri Shriman His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Gaurang, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Bhaktivedanta Karmi ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Drishtva tam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Yatanatham rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari Drishtva tam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Yathanatam rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari Drishtva tam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Yathanatam rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari Drishtvatam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari. Ladies. Drishtvatam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Yatanatam rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari. Drishtvatam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari. Drishtvatam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam asthitam Yathanatam rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari. Drishtvatam atmanastulyam Vesham kritrimam astitam Yatanatam rangagatam Vijahasa bhrisham hari. Word for word. Drishtva, seeing. Tam, him. Atmanaha, to his own. Tulyam, equal. Vesham, in dress. Kritrimam, imitation. Asthitam, arrayed. Yatha, like. Natam, an actor. Ranga, a stage. Gatam, entered upon. Vijahasa, laugh. Brisham, strongly. Hare, Lord Krishna. Translation and purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Lord Hare laughed heartily when he saw how the king had dressed up in exact imitation of his own appearance, just like an actor on a stage. Purport. Srila Prabhupada describes this scene as follows. On the whole, Pondraka's dress and makeup were clearly imitation. Anyone could understand that he was just like someone on a stage playing the part of Vasudeva in false dress. When Lord Sri Krishna saw Pondraka imitating his posture and dress, he could not check his laughter, and thus he laughed with great satisfaction. Srila Jiva Goswami points out that it was a benediction from Lord Shiva that enabled Pondraka to imitate the Lord's dress and appearance exactly, a fact gleaned from the Uttarakhand of the Sri Padma Puran. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Srila Virbahu Prabhuti Namine Shri Shri Vindata Vivira Parapankajadayini Prabhupada Nuvadaya Namaha Shri Virbahavi Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So the translation again. Lord Hare laughed heartily when he saw how the king had dressed up in exact imitation of his own appearance, just like an actor on stage. Has any one of you ever laughed heartily when you saw something funny? Good, most of you did. Me too. So, because there was so much already said about Pondraka, today we'll speak a little bit about laughing, and I will mention some stories from the script, from the Srimad Bhagavatam and also Bhagavad Gita about laughing, and maybe also crying if we have some time. So, in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, text 24, Srila Prabhupada referenced a story about the sparrow. All those who know the story about the sparrow, the little bird, the little bird that drank, that had the sparrow, that had the eggs on the bank of the ocean. Have you heard of that? That one. So it goes that the sparrow, the little bird, had her eggs on the bank of the ocean, and the ocean water washed the eggs away. So the little bird is thinking, the ocean has taken my eggs, and therefore, because my eggs are so important to me, they are actually little birds. That's her babies. So she decided that she was going to dry up the ocean. And have you ever heard an ocean laugh? Do you know what an ocean, if the ocean laughed, what would it laugh like? So the ocean laughed. Now there is, for every part of the universe, everything is governed by someone. So even the ocean, there is a personality who is responsible for the ocean. Personality, yeah? Sorry? Varuna is responsible for the ocean. Okay, he's the god of the ocean. And then there is someone responsible for the forest, someone is responsible for the trees, someone is responsible for the rain, someone is responsible for so many other things. Every aspect of the creation is governed by somebody. There is a sun god, and what's his name? Surya. And there is a moon god, and the wind god, and so forth. Thank you very much. So, so the little bird started to take one drop, whatever the little beak can hold, and then would take one drop of water and drop it on the land. And she did it with such determination that everyone around was very much surprised and happy that the bird is so determined to dry up the ocean. It's almost impossible that a little bird like that can dry up the ocean, isn't it? It's like if I give you 100-pound bag of rice to carry. Any of you can carry it? It's almost impossible. But with some help, you could probably do it. If you have a strong person like Janmejaya Prabhu, he can carry 100-pound bags of rice. So, so the determination of this bird was so strong, and determination is a very important quality that is necessary for us to continue in spiritual life and finish our school and go on to college and so on and so forth. Determination is necessary. So Srila Prabhupada also said that determination is required in spiritual life in order to face all the different difficulties in spiritual life. One has to be determined to stay on the path, because any little movement outside of the path could be dangerous. So we require determination in order to continue. So everyone was very, very attracted to the idea that this little bird was so determined to dry up the ocean. So the news spread far and wide. Everyone was telling their friends, "Have you heard of that little bird who is drying up the ocean?" And everyone else would also laugh. How is it possible? There's no way this little bird can do that. So the so the news got to Garuda. Do you know who Garuda is? Who is Garuda? Yeah, carrier of Lord Krishna. So, and he is almost as powerful as Krishna. He's very, very powerful, Garuda. So, the little bird is actually his little sister. So he considers like that. So, okay, I'm going to go and take up the job of my little sister. So he came down and he was addressing the ocean god. That bring back the eggs, otherwise I will take up the job of my sister. Isn't that very nice? If your sister is in trouble, you try to help her, right? So immediately the goddess of the ocean came forward and presented the eggs back to the little bird. So of course, this is very, very wonderful that there was some difficulty and someone helped, and then the difficulty is over and the little bird was happy. So this main theme in this particular story is one should be determined. Should be determined to come to school every day, come to the temple regularly, chant your rounds, and so on and so forth. So many things that we have to do. There was another instance of someone laughing loudly in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 6, chapter 17, text number 6 is described. King Chitraketu. Do you know what he did? What was the story? Anyone remembers? Who remembers? Okay, when I tell you, you will remember. So King Chitraketu, it is said that that he was actually a friend of Lord Shiva. Chitraketu was a friend of Lord Shiva, and one day he was passing by in his airplane. These great personalities, they travel also in airplanes, and those airplanes are usually made from flour flower airplanes, pushpa. So he was flying in his airplane, and as he was flying, he saw Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati embracing. And he thought, how funny. So he laughed at them. Usually, embracing is good. Embracing your friends, embracing your mother or father, this is a sign of feeling, a sign of love. But otherwise, it is considered offensive. So, when he saw that, he thought, these are great personalities, they should not be embracing like that in public. And therefore, he laughed at them. Now, Lord Shiva took it that he is my friend, he wants to help me, and therefore he laughed. But Mother Parvati, his wife, she didn't take it like that. She took it as an offense that Chitraketu is mocking them, and therefore she cursed him. And then he would become a demon called Vritrasura. Now there is an important point here that Chitraketu, he is laughing at them. Now the way that Lord Shiva saw it is different from the way that Mother Parvati saw it. And in fact, it is described in the purport. In one of the purports, there is described that Lord Shiva is such a great personality, so he should not be mocked. He should not be scorned. He should not be disrespected in this way. Even though it appears like he's doing something wrong, he is not, because he's such a great personality. There is a verse, 10:33-29 of Bhagavatam, that talks about Teji Asam na doshaya. A great personality, a powerful personality is not to be condemned, is not to be disrespectful, because they are so great that they're beyond reproach. Like the sun, for example of the sun is given, that the sun, someone may say that the sun is drying up the urine, and therefore he gets contaminated. But we know that the sun can do that without being contaminated. Great personalities like Lord Brahma and Lord Indra and Lord Shiva, these are all great personalities. They are not to be disrespected. Even though they may do something that may appear to be bad in our eyes. We have seen even in Srimad Bhagavatam over and over, I like this example, where it is described that even though Lord Indra, he has done so many apparently sinful things. For example, trying to kill the inhabitants of Vrindavan, and in many other ways he has been offending the Lord. Still, Lord Krishna didn't take him out of that position of King of Heaven, because his service is so great. He didn't take him out of the position. One after another, he was making mistakes. And even after that Vrindavan pastime, whereby he tried to kill the inhabitants of Vrindavan and showering heavy thunder and storms and so many things and inundate Vrindavan. Even though he paid obeisances and he asked forgiveness, right after that he would go and fight with Krishna for the Parijata tree. And again Krishna released him, or did not take it seriously. So Srila Prabhupada said, Chitraketu was not at all afraid of Parvati's curse. And thus he spoke as follows. This is Chitraketu speaking. He said, Everyone in human society enjoys happiness and distress according to his past deeds, and in this way travels in the material world. Therefore, no one is responsible for his happiness and distress. One is controlled by the influence of material nature in the material world. Yet one thinks himself the doer of everything. In this material world, which is made of the external energy of the Supreme Lord, one is sometimes cursed and sometimes favored, and thus he sometimes enjoys in the upper planetary systems and sometimes suffers in the lower planets. But all these situations are the same because they are within this material world. None of these positions has any factual existence, for all of them are temporary. Now recently we'll move to the next one. Recently we talked about Rukmi and how he was killed by Balram at the time of Aniruddha's wedding. So at that time, Dantavakra, the king of Kalinga, he laughed. Remember how he laughed? How did he laugh? He showed all his teeth. Sometimes you can laugh without showing your teeth. But he laughed and he showed all his teeth and offended Lord Balaram very much. So, what did Lord Balaram do? Yes. He killed him, but more specifically what he did. How did he kill him? Did he actually kill him? No, I don't think he killed him. Yes. He knocked out his teeth. Yeah, that's what he did. I don't think he died. The other one was killed. What's his name? Rukmi. Rukmi was killed. He was hit with one blow with the club. He was killed, but King of Kalinga, his teeth were knocked out. So, so sometimes these types of laughing could cause you some danger. One has to be careful how he laughs, especially if it's in a demeaning way. Sometimes we do that with our friends. We laugh. There are different kinds of laughter. There's a political laugh where you quickly change. You smile quickly, and then very quickly you go back to the regular serious face. So there are different ways, and sometimes if one is not careful, our laughter, even though it may not be intended to offend somebody, it could offend someone, and there's actually a reaction for it, even though we don't intend it. There is a story of how, was it Sanatana Goswami? Was it Sanatana Goswami or Rupa Goswami? He was thinking about the Lord's pastimes, and in his mind he saw an incident where Krishna was helping Radharani to pick the flower, and it was a little high, so she couldn't reach it. So he pulled the branch down so she can get it, and just before she got it, he released the branch, and the branch went back up with the flower. So Rupa Goswami is smiling and laughing at this, but there was an old man who was passing by, and his body was not very beautiful. It was crooked, and so he thought that Rupa Goswami was actually laughing at him, laughing at his body, how his body looks ugly. And for that reason, Rupa Goswami lost his meditation, he lost the purity. And he was wondering why that happened. So then his brother Sanatana Goswami had to explain to him, what did you do? What were you thinking about? And then he explained, and he said, yes, well, that was the reason. So sometimes even unknowingly we may offend somebody. And and it seems like it will be unfair for me to suffer for something which I didn't knowingly do. But luckily we have Krishna consciousness. We have the Hare Krishna mantra, we have pure devotional service, which can fix all the problems of life, all the reactions, bad and good and bad, things that we knowingly do and things that we unknowingly do. All of these problems can be fixed by the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. When in the 10th canto, 71st chapter, there is description of when Krishna was visiting the Pandavas in Indraprastha. And I'll read a couple of the parts here. It says, after crossing the rivers Drishadvati and Saraswati, Krishna passed through Panchala and Matsya and finally came to Indraprastha. King Yudhishthira was delighted to hear that the Lord, whom human beings rarely see, had now arrived. Accompanied by his priests and dear associates, the king came out to meet Lord Krishna. Now, Krishna hasn't seen them for a while, so they were very, very happy, and now they were suffering, going from one place to another. And the Kauravas didn't want to give them their land, didn't want to give them anything, wanted to prevent them from taking the throne. So it continues, as songs and musical instruments resounded along the loud vibration of Vedic hymns. When Krishna comes in, everybody is in a happy mood, everyone is singing and dancing and praising him and so forth. The king went forth with great reverence to meet Lord Rishikesh, just as the senses go forth to meet the consciousness of life. The heart of King Yudhishthira melted with affection when he saw his dearmost friend, Lord Krishna, after such a long separation, and he embraced the Lord again and again. The eternal form of Lord Krishna is the everlasting residence of the goddess of fortune. As soon as King Yudhishthira embraced him, the king became free of all the contamination of material existence. So we can embrace Krishna also with our prayers, with our devotion. He immediately felt transcendental bliss and merged into an ocean of happiness. There were tears in his eyes, and his body shook due to ecstasy. He completely forgot that he was living in this material world. Then Bhima, his eyes brimming with tears, laughed with joy as he embraced his maternal cousin, Krishna. Have you ever laughed? You were so happy that you actually were crying, and then afterwards you laugh. Have you ever had that experience? Sometimes? Maybe you didn't cry, but you were probably feeling to cry. So sometimes that happens. One is so joyful inwardly that tears come down his eyes. So Bhima was like this. Arjuna and the twins, Nakul and Sahadev, also joyfully embraced their dearest friend, the infallible Lord, and they cried profusely. So we see that the gopis also of Vrindavan, they're constantly in this mood of separation, and they cry and they feel sad. But out of that happiness, they are crying. After Arjuna had embraced him once more, Nakul and Sahadev had offered him their obeisances. Lord Krishna bowed to the Brahmins and elders present, thus properly honoring the respectable members of the Kuru, Srinjaya, and Kaikeya clans. Thus surrounded by his well-wishing relatives and praised on all sides, Lord Krishna, the crest jewel of the justly renowned, entered the decorated city. So these are some thoughts on this part here, which we have talked a lot about, Pundraka and his friends. There is a description here that Srila Jiva Goswami points out that it was a benediction from Lord Shiva that enabled Pundraka to imitate the Lord's dress and appearance exactly. And this was mentioned in the Uttarakhand of the Sri Padma Puran, but I couldn't find any reference to it. Anybody knows where this was? Where this story was mentioned? No one knows. Okay, I'll stop there. Any questions or comments? Yeah, Madam Mahantu.
Sometimes they're encouraged to laugh to get somebody upset. You remember the story where Krishna encouraged the gopis and the other people present to laugh at somebody, and he got so upset. Krishna was visiting Yudhisthira in his new palace, Indraprastha Palace.
Okay.
What happened there?
Was it?
It was built by Mayadana.
Duryodhana, was it?
Yeah, it was Duryodhana. So they got a good laugh with Duryodhana. He couldn't tell. The floors were so polished so nicely that some of them looked like water, and some of them that were water looked like land. You couldn't tell the difference between it. And also the walls, you couldn't tell if there was a door there or not a door there. So 2 times, once, actually 3 times. Once he thought there was water, and he kind of like picked up dhoti a little, or whatever they were wearing, and there wasn't any water there. And then the next time he saw the same thing, and this time he didn't pick it up, but it was water, and he got wet.
He kept walking.
He kept walking, so everybody laughed at him. And at first, like Yudhisthira was saying, not to laugh because he's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. We've all been embarrassed once or twice, so that was, and he's, macho man. He was very much embarrassed. And then he goes and walks into a wall thinking it's a door. And that really set everybody off. So that's another time Krishna encouraged everybody. He said, no, let him laugh. So it's used that way.
Yeah, it says especially that the women started laughing. If the men laugh is one thing, but when the women start laughing, and that's even worse. And so he got real angry. Duryodhana got very, very angry, and then he did all the atrocities after that. Yes, Jivanath.
I was thinking when I first came to the movement, before I became a devotee, everybody used to always tell me, gee, you're a funny guy, you're really funny. So I thought, okay, I'll use this in Krishna's service. I'll be funny as a devotee and make people laugh. That's a pretty cool thing to do. I'll be helping out and keeping everybody in good spirits. And then a senior devotee said to me, stop being so frivolous. And I was like confused. It's like, well, I thought laughter was a good thing because Krishna likes to laugh, so I'm making devotees laugh. That's got to be a good thing. So my question is, what is the line that we shouldn't cross with being funny in Krishna consciousness or being frivolous in Krishna consciousness?
Frivolous. You know that word, frivolous? What does it mean, frivolous? How would you describe it? Your teacher.
She just asked me. I just said something having no purpose or wasting time.
Having no purpose or wasting time. Frivolous. Whimsical. Frivolous sports. Frivolous sports. Prabhupada said frivolous sports, like playing games and wasting time. Games are good, especially for the children. You have to play, you have to run around, you have to get some exercise. But if there is service to be done, if there's important service to be done, then that time should be used for service, for chanting. If you haven't chanted your rounds and you're playing game, then that would be considered frivolous. You should chant your rounds. Should take there is a fine line, because the message of Krishna consciousness is a serious one. And even though we perform it with singing and dancing, and it's actually a joyful process, one has to be careful when there is need for one to be serious. If he starts laughing, then he could cross the line. For example, if the spiritual master is there and speaking, and someone decides to make a joke out of a serious message that the spiritual master is giving, and somebody laughs, then he could cross the line and could be chastised for that. And there are many, many other cases. If there is a serious situation and someone is laughing at it, then it'll be bad. It will not be good. Yeah.
There was a situation like that when Prabhupada was in Los Angeles, and he was given an example of Yashaham Manuganami. When Krishna specifically likes you, he takes everything away from you. And Prabhupada was giving the example in his life. He said he was going along, he was very prosperous, everything was going nice, and then the business failed, and one thing failed, and then how everything went down like that. And the devotees, they all started to laugh. Because, we were seeing how Krishna took and made sure Prabhupada came, because saved us all. But Prabhupada, he said it in a stern voice, this was not a laughing matter. So even though sometimes philosophically we understand something, this is how Krishna got you, Yashahamanuganami. For the person who's undergoing that, because it says first he takes away all your money, Krishna. And then what happens after that? He says, then you lose your friends and your family, because what good are you if you don't have any money? So then you're doubly upset. So then where's your shelter? You just go, and sometimes it's not always easy to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, so Krishna helps in different ways.
Yeah, so it's a sensitive thing, and if there is need for laughter, if everyone else is having a good time and someone is very serious, then everybody might look at him funny. Hey, you didn't understand what's going on. So everything has its time, place, and circumstance, and we have to know, we have to understand when there is need for being serious and understanding the situation, especially when we are among other devotees, other people. I don't know if that answered it, but but you can by experience you can tell when it's necessary to laugh or not laugh, or even sometimes when to show mercy by taking a grave position. Certain times we need to be grave, we need to be serious. When the spiritual master laughs, we can laugh with him. When he makes a joke, we laugh. Yep, anything else? Any student would like to say anything? Ask any question? All right, so we'll end there. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.